1 dead, 4 injured in a fertility clinic explosion. Was this terrorism? Let's talk about it.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
Is what they're saying had something to do with terrorism, some form of hate towards this specific facility. I'm really not sure what happened here. So what we're going to do is we're going to read this article and go over it. If this is a sensitive subject to some, I do warn you, it could be graphic. Let's start here. An explosion killed a person and heavily damaged a fertility clinic Saturday in an upscale California city of Palm Springs, in what the FBI characterized as an international act of terrorism. Akeem Davis, the head of the FBI Los Angeles field office, said in the evening that the clinic was deliberately targeted, while declining to elaborate on how authorities have reached a conclusion on a motive. Authorities were still working to confirm the identity of the person who died at the scene. Davis would not directly say whether that person was the suspect, but said authorities were not searching for a suspect. Davis also said 4 people were hurt, but provided no additional details on the severity of the injuries. Authorities were also investigating the possibility that explosion was being live streamed. Being live streamed. You're not looking for a suspect, but you know that it was being live streamed. Why? For what purpose? Is there something that I'm missing with these fertility clinics? I don't know why I keep saying fraternity. Is there something that I'm lost on? Is there like this this hatred towards people who decide to take this route if they aren't able to have children through their own womb? Let me know if I'm missing something here. The FBI said it was sent investigators, including bomb technicians, to the scene. Palm Springs Police Chief Andy Mills said in a statement that the blast appears to be an intentional act of violence, and several buildings were damaged, some severely. So this isn't just a one-time thing. They are purposely targeting these locations for a reason. That's why I'm like, all right, so what's really going on? I'm not in a loop on that at all. Uh, let me see. Palm Springs Police Chief Andy Mills said in a statement that the blast appeared. All right, I already got that. My apologies. There has been one fatality. The person's identity is not known, Mills said. The act was being investigated as a possible car explosion, according to 2 law enforcement officials briefed on the matter, who insisted on anonymity to discuss preliminary information from an ongoing investigation. So here we have a clip. One of the officials told AP that investigators believed the person who died was likely the person who set off the explosion, but they cautioned that the investigation was still in its early stages. Attorney General Pam Bondi said federal agents were working to learn more, adding, let me be clear, the Trump administration understands that women and mothers are the heartbeat of America. Violence against a fertility clinic is unforgivable. The FBI Los Angeles field office said via the social platform X that investigators, bomb technicians, and an evidence response team were among assets that were deployed. Investigators from the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives were also assisting. The city of Palm Springs said the explosion happened at 11 a.m. and residents were asked to avoid the area around North Indian Canyon Drive near East Drive to Cava Drive. Dr. Mahir Abdallah, who runs the American Reproductive Center's fertility clinic, confirmed that his facility was damaged. He told AP in a phone interview that all staffers were safe and accounted for. The explosion damaged the practice's office space where it conducts consultations with patients, but the IVF lab and the stored embryos were spared. I really have no clue what happened, he said. Thank God today happened to be a day that we have no patience. I think that absolutely was not an isolated situation. They knew that you weren't busy today, but they wanted to make it clear they were present. They know exactly what goes on in there. They know there's a routine and a schedule. Because if they really wanted to do some real damage, this wouldn't have been over a weekend, in my opinion. Aerial video showed a burned out car in a parking lot behind a building that housed the fertility clinic's office space. The blast caved in the roof and blew a wide debris field across a sidewalk in 4 lanes of the street on the other side of the structure. Rhino Williams, 47, said he was chatting with a customer at a restaurant he helps manage inside the Shylark Hotel just over a block away when he heard a huge boom. Everything rattled, Williams said, and he sprinted to the scene to see if anyone was in need of help. Williams saw a large, dark gray plume of smoke and covered his nose with his shirt as he smelled burning plastic and rubber. He said he saw a building had blown out into the street with bricks and debris scattered everywhere, and he spotted the car's front axle on fire in the parking lot. He said it was the only car in the lot that he saw. He ran into the building, calling out and peering around and behind the counter to see if anyone was inside. He did not hear a response and did not see anyone behind the counter. Williams then ran around to check on other buildings. Multiple windows of the neighboring liquor store were also blown out. He said once he saw authorities arrive, he headed back to the hotel. Nima Tabrizi, 37, of Santa Monica, said he was inside a cannabis dispensary nearby when he felt a massive explosion. The building just shook. And we go outside and there's massive cloud smoke, he said. Crazy explosion. We felt like a bomb went off. We went up to the scene and we saw human remains. Shit. Palm Springs is about a 2-hour drive east of Los Angeles. It's known for upscale resorts, golf courses, and a history of celebrity residents. Of course. Look, I don't know what's going on with that particular situation. I don't know if this was really an act of violence towards the clinic, the people inside the clinic. I don't know if this is a bigger issue, but I'm assuming that they're going to figure it out. I would like to believe they're going to figure it out. My thoughts and prayers go out to the people who were hurt. And as far as the one who lost his life, I don't know if they were the suspect in this or what. But if this happened one time, you have to assume that this is going to happen again, or like there's a real motive behind it. Because why would you target this location specifically, and then on the weekend of all days, you're trying to make a message? If there's any updates, I will let you know. But yeah, it don't seem to end, does it?